All right, I want to do a couple of examples like this where we have a rational function and we want to find its inverse. We'll follow along with the same strategy as before. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to replace this f of x with y. I'm going to just do that like this. And now I'm going to swap x and y. So this becomes 3y plus 1 over 2y plus 5 equals x. And now I've got to solve this thing out for y. The tricky part with this is we've got two y's there and we've got to combine them into a single term with y. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to multiply both sides of this by 2y plus 5. And let's see, that'll give us 3y plus 1 equals 2xy plus 5x. All right, now we're trying to get y by itself, so I want to get all of my terms with y's in them on one side and all of my terms without y's on the other. Now, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to move the 1 over there, and I'm going to move this over there. That way this side becomes 3y minus 2xy equals 5x minus 1. Okay, now I can factor my y out of this piece right here, and that'll give me y times 3 minus 2x equals 5x minus 1. Now I can divide both sides of this by 3 minus 2x, and that'll give me y equals 5x minus 1 over 3 minus 2x. And that's my answer, although I need to write that this is f inverse of x. All right, now I got that answer. This is not the only form that the correct answer can be written in. Let's go back up here to this step. On this step, I moved 2xy and 1. But what if I did something different? What if instead I moved the others? So if I moved the 3y and the 5x over, then over here on the left I would still have my 1. I'd have 1 minus 5x. And on the right I would have 2xy minus 3y. All right, I'm going to factor my y out like before. And when I divide both sides by 2x minus 3, what I wind up with is y equals 1 minus 5x over 2x minus 3. And that's my inverse. Now, both of these are equal. They're the same thing, and they're both correct. The way you can see that is if you were to take one of these, let's say we took this one up here, 1 minus 5x over 2x minus 3. If you take that and you multiply it by -1 over -1, you got to distribute that -1 across. And so you wind up with -1 plus 5x over minus 2x plus 3. And you can rearrange that into 5x minus 1 over 3 minus 2x, which is exactly what we got in the purple. So that's one thing you should watch out for when you're doing these sorts of problems is depending on how you sort things out, you might get your answer looking one way or the other. And either one is perfectly fine. Now I want to do this next example, But if you want to, you might want to pause and do this on your own, and then come back in a minute and compare with what I get. So I'm going to go ahead and do it. So there, I've swapped the variables. Now I'm going to multiply both sides by 3y plus 1. So we get 1 minus y equals x times 3y plus 1. Getting ahead of myself here. This is going to be 1 minus x, and over here 3xy plus y. So I get 1 minus x over 3x plus 1. And again, I'm forgetting to rewrite that as f inverse of x. Now, if you did your sorting on this step here in the other direction, what you would get is f inverse of x is, on top you get x minus 1. Notice what I'm doing is I'm multiplying the top and bottom of this by negative 1. So if you multiply 1 minus x times negative 1, it reverses the subtraction into x minus 1. And if you multiply 3x plus 1 times negative 1, you get that. So either one of these is perfectly good. And I'm going to stop here.